Follow me, I ballad. Jam and wheel, jam and kick, back high, have it. Saga na the wing, free header. Baby drop out, on me peak. I pull up the pack, the keep. Them boys jamming on time. Oh, we can't try and get money. Welcome to renttv, verbal assistant referee. So today I just want to talk about the Premier League. Just a quick, I feel like it's already over. It's not too much I could say about it, which is why I don't do much of these videos talking about it anymore. It's over. It's been over. Liverpool won. But the question is, Liverpool, are they really that nice? Or is everybody else just having a bad season? Is everybody else just that bad? I think it's more about everybody else being that bad. I don't think there's anything spectacular about Liverpool. I don't think there's anything Liverpool did that you would think, oh my God, like, what a season. I don't think so. I don't think anybody thinks that. Like I said, I did a video prior talking about how lackluster this season has been. You know, it's been all around. It's not just in the Premier League. All around, it's just been really, nothing, no hype, nothing to really look forward to. I feel like people can't wait for it to be over to see what happens in the summer and then next season, what comes up. But I don't think it's anything special, bro. I just think everybody else was bad. Everybody thought Chelsea was going to do something. But the thing with Chelsea is, I don't know if their coach is still adjusting, but it's like there's no consistency in Chelsea. But they've made that their lifestyle. They've made that their image, where you don't really find consistency in Chelsea. Players come in and out. There's not much of a nobody's guaranteed at Chelsea. Players just come in and out. But that's their culture now, it seems. Where it's just, and like, they have a good coach. I like him as a coach, but he makes certain decisions though that's questionable to me. Like the Nkunku situation is very interesting to me, because I feel like he's been mismanaging Nkunku this whole time. I feel like he's been mismanaging him, and there's a lot of other players he mismanages. You know, and one thing I've noticed with some of these new coaches that they're bringing them in based on a system rather than can they just coach? Are they just good coaches? Can they actually coach? Or is it just they have a system, so you're just gonna bring them in because of this system? And everybody wants to be Guardiola, and that's why Guardiola is so great. He changed everything to the point where everybody wants to be Guardiola. But everybody's not Guardiola. So they're bringing in all these coaches who just have a system. And they feel like, oh, they have a system, let's bring them in. Rather than, can they actually coach? If they have to play a game against a team and they have to switch their system to match, or to a system that might be more suitable to play the team that they're playing, would they be able to do it, or they can only coach with that one system? That's the question I have too for the Man U coach. Can he only coach with that one system he has? If he has to play a 4-4-2, can he still be a good coach? If he has to switch it up and play a different formation, is he actually a good coach? Or are they just bringing in these coaches just based on the system that they have? You know what I'm saying? So with Nkunku, like, he never plays Jackson and Nkunku. If you watch Nkunku and know anything about Nkunku, you know he's a player that feeds off scraps. So you need some type of target man or somebody in front of him for him to feed off their scraps. Like, you need a striker, and the only striker he has is Jackson. So you have to play Nkunku and Jackson, but he never plays Nkunku and Jackson. He either plays Jackson or Nkunku. He makes it seem like Jackson and Nkunku are fighting for the same spot. When Nkunku doesn't play, he's not a striker. He's more like a center forward. He's a guy that feeds off scraps. He feeds off the striker, and he's going to get you at least 20 plus goals and assists every season, just feeding off the striker and just getting scraps. That's how he plays. So he'd rather play Neto, and Neto is decent, or Sancho, and Sancho is decent too, in a position where, bro, you could play Jackson, Nkunku, and Palmer. You could play all three of them. But again, maybe that doesn't fit into the system that he has. So it's all these coaches that just play based on a system. But can they really actually coach? Is the question. That's the question. And he loves Jackson, but again, they should have went and got a striker, an actual striker. Like they need an actual striker for the system that he's trying to play. They actually need a real striker, bro, that could actually finish. He has wingers that could cross the ball. They don't have a target man. Who are they crossing the ball to? Nobody. You see how when Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer was doing a lot. The minute Cole Palmer got cold, where he's not really scoring no more, their team is struggling. Because their whole team is designed to play with a target man. They don't have a target man. You have all these wingers who could cross the ball, who can get you at least. They have 4 or 5 wingers that can get you at least 10 assists or plus every season. They don't have a target man. They had an opportunity to get the kid that went to Porto from Atletico. They didn't get him. Instead, they went and got João Felix. And then now João Felix is at AC Milan. And now AC Milan don't even want him. Nobody's talking about how they messed that up. They could have had a chance to get the kid. He's a target man. He's a target man playing for Porto. They got Atletico, man. They're supposed to get him. They shut down the deal in the middle of it to go get João Felix. Where's João Felix now? No one knows where João Felix is. So it's like all these decisions that they're making, they were supposed to challenge for the Premier League, but they didn't. And it's all their fault. Man City's having an off season, but they never really signed nobody in the summer. And that came back to hurt them. And Foden, after the season he had last season, I mean, he kind of got messed up because he didn't start the season really. So he lost his momentum and he never got it back. And this season he was just off. And then there were a whole bunch of players in Man City that shouldn't have been there. And I feel like it's now that they're going to make the decision this summer to go bring in the players that they should have brought in last season. So they had an off season. But still, it's not really an off season. It's just an off season by their standard. Newcastle, they're okay, but they just have good players. They don't really have great players. They have like Jimenez is good. Jimenez is good. Isaac is good. Outside of that, the rest of their players are just decent. That's not really a title challenging team with those type of players. Like Aston Villa they're good, but there's a mentality they don't have, and I noticed that today watching the PSG game. They were nervous. They're not used to being in a certain stage. They still got to get used to it. Where it's like you got to feel like you belong there, that you could be there. They don't have that. So they're too young in the mind. Manchester United they're just a mid-table team. They messed up too. They should have been fired that guy if they were gonna fire him in the summer. I was wondering the whole summer why they didn't fire him. And then this guy comes. He's a system kind of coach. And he has to work with the players that he had. He never really got to like buy the players to fit into the system that he has. But I don't know about this system thing. But we'll see how long he lasts. I'll give him till December. If he can make it past December, cool. But let's see what players he brings in the summer. But I'll give him till December. Because he's a system kind of coach. And a system, one thing I've noticed about system type of coaches, bro, even when they're winning, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, bro. You actually have to be a good coach, bro. Outside of your system and within your system, bro, where you have to adapt. Arsenal, you can't really count on them. That's the thing with Arsenal. You can't really count on them. Like, there's nothing convincing about Arsenal, bro. Even this season, people could act like, yo, Arsenal is doing good, Champions League, all that. There's still nothing convincing about Arsenal when you watch them. The game against Madrid, yeah, they won, bro. But they won off 2 free kicks by Rice. When has that ever happened? Think about that. When has that ever happened? Rice scored 2 free kicks in a game back to back. That's something that just happened randomly, bro. It's not that convincing, bro. Like, Arsenal could have a great game. They could play great, and you could watch them and be like, man, this is beautiful. But at the same time, there's nothing convincing in your soul about them. I feel like they're missing one or two players that could give you that feeling. It's a certain feeling that comes with a certain team. And this season, there's no team that has that. Even PSG. PSG, I feel like they're probably one or two players away too from that. It's a feeling, bro. When you watch a team and oh man, this is a top team. It's a feeling. No team has that. It's like every team is one or two players away from that. But I feel like maybe next season will be better where a lot of teams are going to go grab these players. But every team, it seems like it's just one or two players away from having like a team that's just like, man, like I'm in love with this team. This is a beautiful team. This is a complete team. This is a team that like you just feel like I'm watching a great team play. There's no team I could say that's that. Even Barcelona is not that. Them too, they're one or two players away. Madrid, they're one or two players away. Madrid doesn't feel like a team. It feel like they just have. Madrid feel like how PSG felt when they had Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. That's how Madrid feels. And I don't want to blame Mbappe, but eventually as his career goes on, we're going to see like if he's the problem when it comes to certain things. But it's something I'm paying attention to and I'm watching. But Madrid feels like it doesn't feel like a team. It feels like they just have a bunch of players. And I feel like that only happened after Mbappe came. So it might be a thing with him, bro. Because that's how it was in PSG. And I thought it was Messi. People thought it was Messi. People thought it was Neymar. But Messi and Neymar had played before together in Barcelona, and that was a team. So you start to realize it's like, maybe it's Mbappe. Where it's like, that's how it felt in PSG. And then he went to Madrid. That's how it feels in Madrid now, where it doesn't feel like a real team. It just feels like they have players. It might be a thing with Mbappe, bro. Whereas like Madrid would have to like build their whole team around him. And the funny thing is, Madrid is not that type of team. They can't build a team around one player. Madrid has never done that. As far as like what we see when they go buy all these big names, they never do that. They don't build a team around one player. It's players that's nice. Whereas like this is a team of great players. It's not one player. And I feel like that's why the coach of PSG said what he said about Mbappe. How they're a better team defensively and attackingly without him. And attacking wise without him. And I feel like it's the same struggle that PSG was facing. It's the same struggle Madrid is facing now. Like even when Cristiano Ronaldo went to Madrid, it wasn't about him. They had other great players around them where it was just like, no, it's not about you. This is Madrid. But Mbappe, ever since he went there, even Bellingham, before Bellingham, they treated him a certain way and he was there, he was thriving. Mbappe came and they even pushed Bellingham to the side where it's like, they want to make it an Mbappe show. When it's like, no, this is Madrid. You could score 100 goals a season. It doesn't matter. It's not about you. It's about Madrid. So it's something I'm paying attention with Mbappe. Maybe that's the thing with him that he might have to, a hump he might have to get over. But I don't think it's more so on him. I feel like it's more so on Madrid. You can't make it an Mbappe show. And I feel like FIFA and all of these guys, they want to make him the face of everything. But you can't make it an Mbappe show. Then you have to buy every player in every position to play for him. And it's Madrid. Madrid doesn't operate like that. Ever since he's been there, it's certain turmoils that's come with him. It's the same thing that was happening in PSG. And Neymar was kind of insinuating certain things about him. But again, I ignored it. But it's like, it seems like a lot of that stuff is showing now in Madrid. So it's like, I'm really paying attention to this Mbappe situation. Like, it's a little different with France. Even with France, when it wasn't about Mbappe, France was winning. The more and more it becomes about Mbappe, France is a different team. Like, when they won the World Cup, it wasn't about him. They had all type of players over there. It was a France thing. The more and more it becomes about him, teams don't really win. It's a thing about him, I've noticed. It's a thing about him.